Hello everybody, it's Outlaw 2747 back again. Decided to do another rant. So, I want to talk about a certain device and a certain phenomenon that goes on here in America, and it involves something that I actually love very much. You guys know what this is? It's a cell phone. A smartphone, to be exact. And to put it bluntly, I begin to wonder if they were being facetious when they called this a smartphone, because apparently people just buy these things in droves and don't know how to use them. I mean, it's as if the phone is more intelligent than the person using it. Yes, I'm being a bit condescending, but you'll see why in a second. I'm going to get to my point. This device here has changed the way we live ever since they first came out. I don't remember the history of these things very well, but ever since we were able to carry around our telephone lines and access the world in our hands right here, the entire internet and GPS, things have just changed. I mean, dating has changed, business has changed, how we communicate with each other has changed. Everything has changed due to this thing. But you know what? And I'm not even talking about the small cricket phones or the Metro PCS phones, any of those little guys. I'm talking about the big boys. I'm talking about the Galaxy S3s, like this thing here. I'm talking about the iPhones, those things. You want to know why people really buy Galaxy S3s or any kind of Galaxies or HTCs or iPhones? It's not necessarily because of the gadgets. I mean, sure, it has a lot of gadgets and features on it, but for the most part, if you look deep down inside why people buy these phones, recognition, prestige. They want to belong to some sort of group. And I'm probably going to get a whole lot of dislikes on this video. People are going to be like, Outlaw, you're a jerk, and who are you to say this, and how dare you talk about what I do with my money, blah, blah. I didn't say you couldn't buy the phones. Okay, I didn't say that at all, because look, I have one. Okay, I have one. But I didn't buy a Galaxy S3 to show off to a bunch of people who don't give a darn about me. I didn't buy this phone so that people can be like, oh wow, you bought a Galaxy S3, wow, you're awesome, you're so freaking cool. I didn't do that, no. See, first off, I rarely talk on the phone, but it's nice to have the feature on it because that's what I use to do my business and I talk to my family and stuff. You know, I prefer to text and everything. But I'm still more of a face-to-face kind of guy. Secondly, I use this as a computer. Okay, I have notepads on here, I have dictionaries on here, thesauruses, is thesaurus even a word? I'm such an idiot. And maybe I need to look that up, use my phone, right? You know, I use this for a camera. You know, I use my camera for different things other than just selfies. You know, other than just Instagram. I use this for GPS. I need to find my way to go somewhere. Here we go. I need to look up something. Here it is. And once in a while I play a game. You know, but how I see a lot of people use this phone, because people will often ask me questions that they could just use their smartphone to find. Like, for example, people ask me for directions all the time. There are so many GPS programs on these phones that it's unbelievable that they can't find a store that's literally within a mile radius of their current position. Like, I had to ask one girl, she asked me, you know, where was the, she asked me for a check cashing place. And I was like, you know, at first I didn't know, but then I was like, wait a second, miss, that's a smartphone, right? She was like, yeah. I was like, why don't you use your smartphone and type in check cashing place? She was like, I don't trust the system, I don't trust Google Maps or some crazy excuse like that. I'm like, I mean, it had to be like a $500 phone. But this is what people use them for. People use them for Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, basically social media. Just put it into one. Okay, selfies on camera, and stuff like Candy Crush and Angry Birds. That's it. So my question to a lot of people is, okay, so you have some of these smaller phones that maybe cost $100, even some of the $50 phones can have access to social media, have a camera, and are able to text. Some of the most basic things that most phones come with, which is all you're going to use the phone for. but you spend $500 on a phone that can do the same thing that a $50 phone does. So why do you have it? It's like people get suckered in, especially with iPhone. Like iPhone, oh man. Like iPhone is a big fraud with this. They'll put in one new thing or maybe two new things in there, make it look awesome. It was like, hey, look, we added 1 megapixel to the camera. Or like, hey, we put the button in this spot so it'll be easier for you to use. And people are like, yeah, iPhone, Galaxy, yeah, I'm going to get it. I'm going to wait in line for 3 hours and I'm going to get that phone and then I'm going to use it for Instagram. What? So, it's just like when people buy the Chrysler 300 cars and the Dodge Chargers. They buy them because they want people to go, ooh, that's awesome. Yo, you a cool dude, man. You got yourself a Charger. And then guess what? They never talk about it again. Because it was only for that one time. It was like, yeah, you astonished everybody for about a week or so. And then it's back to, oh, yeah, he's got a Charger. Same thing with the phone. Everybody's like, okay, now you got an iPhone. Great, no problem. You got a Galaxy. Okay, good. And then you use it like a normal phone, like a $50 phone. And then, but this is the kicker right here, okay? It's okay. If you want to do that, you have the money to do that, that's fine. But what baffles me are the people, the main people who buy these Chrysler 300s, these Chargers, these Galaxies, these iPhones, all this awesome technology that can do more things than anything else in their genre, but you don't use them. You actually don't use them. And then you wind up broke. Then you're like, I don't have any money. I can't feed myself. I can't feed my kids. Oh man, I got more month than money right now. Well, maybe, just maybe, if you didn't buy stuff to impress a bunch of people who probably don't care about you in the first place, you wouldn't have this problem. So basically, what you did was you spent $500, maybe $600 for Facebook. You spend $500, $600 for Twitter, just to have better access at Twitter. Because you know some of the smaller phones they have access to Twitter and Instagram and Facebook, but they're not as, you know, they don't have as many features. But yeah, that's basically what you pay for. You basically paid for free social media on the phone. And what kills me even more is when people buy these highly expensive phones, they buy the Galaxies and the iPhones, but don't have an appropriate data plan. And they're like, oh, well, I can't talk right now because of my data plan. I'm about to go over my KB or my GB, whatever it runs on. I have an unlimited data plan, so I'm not sure how they really run. But yeah. People, they'll get this limited data plan and then, you know, spam freaking Angry Birds and all these other things that require data to death, you know, and then be like, yeah, I can't do it. I don't have enough money. Then why would you buy a $500 phone? It doesn't make any sense. Why don't you use the $500 phone like a $500 phone? Then maybe you can get your money's worth, and maybe that huge $100, $200, $300 phone bill you're paying for will actually make more sense. If not, I'm just giving out some advice here on saving money. Why don't you just buy a cheaper phone that's just as nice looking, that can still text, that can still, you know, talk on the phone, that can still play Angry Birds and Candy Crush and go on social media. And that's it. You're not using the GPS, you're not using the dictionary, you're not using the high-speed scientific calculator that you downloaded, you're not using any of these other millions and millions of apps that they created. You're just using those few things that a simple $50 phone can use, and then you complain you're broke. It makes no sense. That's what I'm getting at. But you know what? Don't listen to me. I'm just being a jerk. I'm being a condescending jerk. And you can do whatever you want with your money. And you can. I'm not telling you not to do it. I'm just giving you advice. So, take it as you will. If you got offended, maybe you're the guilty party. Maybe you need to rethink your spending habits. Me? Why did I buy this phone? By the way, I only got it for about $200 because I actually use it like it was intended to. I use everything on here. Everything that I need with a few wants on it is on this phone that smaller phones cannot do. That's it. That's just what I'm wondering. It's all consumerism, guys. It's all marketing strategy. And most of us, and I'm included because I used to fall for these things all the time, and I probably still do, but at least I'm becoming aware now. Matrix. You know, just be mindful of how we spend. Outlaw 2747, sign the frig off, peace in the Middle East, chicken grease, and all that other nonsense.